And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our second broadcast of the day. Welcome back to the Circle Derping Platinum Heroes Edition number 4. I'm, of course, Showside VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat, by plushies as well. Welcome, welcome, one and all. We just wrapped up with the Sparkling Tunic Cup. And now we're here. Now we are back with some Circle Derping Platinum Heroes action. Here we go. For those that are curious, for those that maybe missed out on last month's tournament, this is an FFA. This is an FFA tournament. We have 8 players. 8 players step into the ring, and only one can be the champion. Let's go. Let's go. Now, this isn't your typical FFA. This is a Beast of the Hill FFA. We'll get into it. We'll get into it once we jump into our first game. Hope you're ready. Hope you're excited as we dive into our free-for-all. Let's go. Whew. Let us go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner. I mean, there's a lot to introduce. In the top left-hand corner, we have our Polish Terran. We have our green Polish Terran player. Working Terran. It is Frogos. Oh, does this work? Okay, we have top left, we have Frogos, top left next to him in a way, we have Magnath, also from the Platinum Heroes. I should emphasize as well that the Platinum Heroes, the reason why this is the Platinum Heroes edition, as I quickly set things up, hold on, there we go. The reason why the, never mind, where we, God, they, God damn it, guys. We're gonna remake, we are gonna remake here. They thought they had to. They did not have to remake. They did not. God damn it. I guess this gives you an opportunity to go over the format. I guess we'll be getting to our next game after this. But this is a Beast of the Hill, not King of the Hill style FFA. What does that mean? That means 5 minutes in. 5 minutes into the game, the center location is going to open up, and to win the FFA, you have to have control of that center location by the time the time runs out. So the center location will open up. It will become an obtainable point, if you will. So there is a zone available. The last player standing, the last unit in the zone when the time runs out, and they will gain a point. That will gain a point. So they will have to fight. They will have to fight for that point. They have to dive in and, of course, battle for that location, for that zone, for that hill, if you will, and then you gain a point. The reason why I say you gain a point, if you gain 3 points, you win. That's how you win. That is one way to win. So you can win all 3. You can win 3 points. You accumulate them, of course, throughout the course of the game, and then you can win the match. Otherwise, of course, you can just eliminate everyone else, right? You can kill everyone else at the same time. This is still StarCraft. This is still an FFA, so you can still eliminate players, defeat them, and knock them all out, and you can win that way as well. But for the most part, it does force these big engagements in the center of the map. It's often a lot of fun. Now, because you have to accumulate 3 wins to be able to win the match, there is a strategy as well to actually avoid, to just avoid the point early on, to macro, to get more bases, to build up your army, to just avoid contesting the first point, and to instead fight for the second, for the third, for the 4th point instead, this time with a greater army, with a more maxed out army, as everyone else would be fighting each other and whittling away at their forces. So there are different strategies. The downside, if you do decide to back off and kind of like abandon the first point and not really fight for the early rounds, then obviously if multiple people do that, then you could argue it's easier for early points to be taken because there's less people fighting over them, and then you can try to rush early points and then suddenly gain a lead and then suddenly gain a win as well. Like, there are definitely different ways to approach this Beast of the Hill format, different ways. When it comes to how often the points are opened and the points become active, the first one takes 5 minutes. So 5 minutes in, then we get the first point. Then after that, I believe it's every 3 minutes. Every 3 minutes, a point becomes active. It is always in the same location, I believe. I don't know if there are maps that have the location change depending on where it is. So again, you do fight over the same centralized location. Because of that, you can try to like rush it with static defense, like with a cannon rush, or set up like turrets and bunkers around it like ahead of time. You can try to set up like that, but it is very difficult because remember, there's 8 players, and if one player tries to do that, then all the other 7 will just gang up on you and crush you real fast and real quick. We've seen Geralt in last month in the previous edition. Geralt did attempt that, and he got completely destroyed. he was like trying to throw down like bunkers and turrets and trying to fortify that point leading up to the countdown timer, and everyone just rolled over him. Like it was no. It was not the way to approach it, is what I will say, because it does kind of paint a target on your back. But here we go, we're jumping in and spawning in the left hand corner, top left. We have hey, we have him once again. We have our green Terran player from the land of Poland, from the Platinum Heroes. Again, every player here is on the Platinum Heroes. We have Fogers. We have Fogers from Poland. Top left. Oh my god. Okay, I thought he had disappeared. Top left, we have your bro Chris. I believe he's from Norway, if I'm not mistaken. Likewise, top right, we have Cobblestone. We have Hatsu as well, more of a regular on our channel. Bottom right, we have Patches. Rolling Zerg once again. Bottom right, we have Patches. Bottom right, next one, we do have a Gunner. Bottom left, we have Magnath alongside Goblin. I believe that's not the real Goblin. Am I crazy? Did I miss something? Is Goblin joining us? No, is that not Haroku? Wait, am I crazy? Didn't Haroku join? I saw Haroku earlier. Did he get subbed? Did he get replaced? did that happen? Maybe. Haroku just forfeited. Oh, I see. My apologies. Sorry, I thought we were going to be featuring Haroku, but it looks like Haroku did forfeit. I fully understand. Haroku clearly did want StarCraft Evo to be featured, and you know, because it wasn't Haroku, he did put his money where his mouth was. He stepped out. Let's go. That's okay. Cap. Hopefully everything's okay. Much love to Haroku, and I'm sure we'll be featuring him another day, another time, another FFA. But it looks like, yeah, we have Goblin. Okay, to have Goblin. So in a way, we do have two pairings in each corner, right? We have a corner of the map, and in a way we have players that are right next to each other. Now, what I appreciate out of these FFA maps more than anything, and if you notice, in each corner of the map there are a lot of bases. Something that I don't like about the more standard Blizzard FFA maps is that they're pretty small and you don't really get a lot of bases, but these are more custom maps, and because of that, top right, for example, Cobblestone has the natural, has a third, has a fourth, and has a fifth base as well, and these are gold bases in between the bases. So getting up to a 4-base economy and getting into a 5th base is pretty easy on these maps. These maps are huge to allow for that to happen. Of course, this is the center point. We have the central location here, which is the point that's going to become active in a couple of minutes. But every map that we're going to play on is unique, or is a different map, of course, and every map is designed like this to get an easy like 4 or 5 base setup, so you're not like fighting for bases early on, you can build up instead. Meanwhile, we do have our initial Reapers getting across the map, going to be harassing Goblin early on. Goblin is a pro, and I would say in a 1v1 format, Goblin's going to be favored, but Goblin is off racing, and ooh, Goblin is contained here on 2 bases, does have a pocket, of course. Reapers, they dive into the main. Oh my god, bold move here out of Frogos. Frogo, calm down. Point's going to become active here in a couple of minutes. We do see Patches there patrolling with his 1 drone. Reaper is still targeting Goblin of all players, by the way. Goblin, the bunker is not done. Marines are going down. Goblin, is he going to be eliminated early on here? Everyone is just chilling, by the way. Everyone, I mean, for the most part. We do have some macroing. There are a couple of reps here going to be threatening. Magnath is going to be threatening Gunner early on, so we have our PvP underway. Meanwhile, Goblin, it looks like he might tap out early. Yeah, he might just be out early here. Marines are falling one after the other. More SCVs are going down as well, and Goblin, he might just be dead. Meanwhile, 1 minute. Still 1 minute away here from the point becoming active. Yeah, so alas, Fogos, his goal here was 1 base. 1 base all in, no expansion. He did just go straight for the kill, straight for Goblin. Goblin is going to be eliminated from the first map real fast, real quick. Meanwhile, there's also aggression here between our 2 Protoss players. Magnath and Gunner, they're at each other's throats as we speak. We can see Hatsu freely droning. Likewise, Patches. Look at our Zerg players. They're so friendly. Like, Patches and Hatsu, they're just freely droning up. They're just chilling. They're just having fun. Meanwhile, likewise, top right, Cobblestone also just chilling and having fun. Same with your bro Chris. Really, there's only these 2 Protoss players at each other's throats, and likewise the 2 Terrans also killing each other. Or really, I should say Goblin is pretty dead. Meanwhile, point about to become active. 30 seconds. 30 seconds here. Here we go. As the point is about to become active in 30 more seconds. Again, there's still a lot of aggression going on. Magnath, he's killing Gunner. So Gunner's about to tap out. So that Goblin, I mean, he's already tapped out at this point. I mean, oh, DT, let's go. DT's just come in. Yeah, Dark Temple, they warp in just in time to defend. Meanwhile, the point is going to be active in 10 seconds. Ooh, Frogos, he's just killing people. Yeah, Frogos, he kills Goblin. Now he's going for the throw, going for your bro Chris. Frogos, he's eliminating people as we speak. The point is now... Oh, yeah, the point. No one wins around. No one cares about the point, mate. Literally, no one tried to contest the first point. Now, I did mention previously, of course, that it is a strategy to avoid the first point, to avoid any major conflicts early on. So this is actually a case that I've never encountered where literally no one went to the middle. Yeah, see, it says, I didn't go to the middle because I assumed you would fight for it. Yeah, and I think that's what everyone thought. I think everyone thought they're like, oh, I just won't go to the middle because, like, I don't want to lose my army early on. And because of that, no one gets it. Meanwhile, DTs are whittling in, detection is available, so Magnath, he survives. Gunner, likewise, also survived the aggression as well. Goblin, he's trying to recover, third TC. Goblin has a long road to recovery here. You can see Goblin, yeah, calling out Frogos. Frogos still on one base, just now taking his natural. Meanwhile, we do see that your boy Chris also survived, but took a lot of losses. Looking at the, I mean, I didn't have the command here for worker count, but alas, we did see that your boy Chris and Goblin did take a lot of damage, and they're both trying to recover. These two Terran players are kind of out of this game right now. Even Frogos as well, like, because his production and his tech is so late, because of the early rush, like, he's also not really a factor in this game. Right now, coming into this, I do actually favor the four players on the right. I favor Cobblestone, he was left alone, Hatsu, and Patches. I say that Hatsu is going to be forced back. Hatsu was happily droning, but Cobblestone is now going for the aggression, is now going for the bases. Base is just evacuated here, and we'll see if Hatsu can recover. We'll see if Hatsu can actually amass up an army. We can see Hatsu is relying on Lings. So no tech, no roaches, no hydras, no nothing, just pure 1-1 into mass Ling. We'll eventually deal with these stalkers, but alas, Hatsu was being a little bit too greedy, just hyper droning. Meanwhile, Patches is going into Ling Bane into Ultra. Now, if you were here last month, you would know that Patches has gone Ling Bane into Ultra almost every time. Like, this is Patches' go-to. And the goal is to just rush, to roll over whatever's in the middle, and to take over the map, or sorry, to take over the point just by brute forcing it with Mass Ultra. So Patches is gearing up towards Mass Ultra. You know, Hatsu will deal with these stalkers eventually, but did lose an expansion. Thankfully, did save the mineral line, but is heavily oversaturated. The gold base undersaturated as a result, so Hatsu's economy is a little bit lacking for the time being, as we do see Cobblestone engaging and trading out stalkers, and likewise focusing on a rover base, or sorry, into a gateway base composition. Meanwhile, we can see BCs on the way. So we have mass BC out of Frogos, we have Bio Tank out of your boy Chris, we do have Bio Tank out of Goblin. Meanwhile, the two Protoss players are still killing each other. Like, panning on over. The two Protosses, they're killing each other. Remember, Ling Bane into Ultra out of Patches. And meanwhile, Lings, they do engage here. They go for a counterattack, but we run into Colossus. What's its gateway army with Colossus as well. Point is going to be opening up in 1 minute. Meanwhile, we do see your boy Chris. He does end up hitting Goblin. Sorry, not Goblin, Frogos. Point is going to be activated momentarily. We can see Hatsu running into Patches. Yeah, Patches like, yo, what's going on? I thought we had a pact. Meanwhile, does anyone fight for the middle here? Cobblestone rocks up. 30 more seconds. Cobblestone about to take control of the center. Meanwhile, here we go. Magnath is moving out. Magnath does break out. We see Hatsu going for a Ling run by here towards Cobblestone's bases. You can see your boy Chris does call out the BCs here. True. Does call them out. 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5. Magnath has the center. 3, 2, 1. We have to get in there. Get in there, Bobby. Magnath, he does have it for the time being. Lings, they try to rush in, but no, there it is. Magnath does take the point. Only 3 players tried to contest. We had Patches, we had a Cobblestone, and we had Magnath. And Magnath, real quick, takes the point. Meanwhile, Gunner coming in for the kill. Again, these two, they've been taking Gunner going. Magnath, he may have won the point, but now he's out of position. Oh, he's out of position. He will lose his Immortals, lose his Stalkers. Magnath is in real trouble here. Has to pull back. Meanwhile, we do see Cobblestone now focusing his attention on Hatsu. Hatsu in trouble. Hatsu did go into Ling Ultra as well, similar here to Patches, both going Ling Ultra. I mean, Patches to go Ling Bane Ultra. Oh, but the Ultras are still amassing. Gunner going for Magnath. I mean, Magnath did start the fight, true. Magnath did pick a fight with Gunner earlier. So Gunner's moving in for the kill. Magnath is in trouble. Meanwhile, we do see your boy Chris, after being abused by the Reapers earlier, going for the kill, going for Frogos. And he's not going to hold back. Remember, Frogos did pick a fight earlier as well. Workers are going down. Ultras, they struggle on their own here, and Hatsu, oh, he's going to be bleeding out all these Ultras. I believe again, the Ultras, they don't have the best upgrades. 2-2 is still on the way. Yeah, Hatsu is going to be falling. He's in a lot of trouble here top right. Meanwhile, we do see, likewise, Magnath also having a hard time as well. So Magnath is struggling, Hatsu is struggling. We do see Frogos, looks like all that aggression from the early game, he's made some enemies, and Frogos is struggling as well. So we have a couple of players that are looking to fall over. Goblin being active in the center. This is the thing with being aggressive early on, is that, again, you do like mark yourself like a target by being hyper aggressive early on. So Frogos, he does pay the price, and Frogos, yeah, he's going to be falling before any real BCs come into play. Meanwhile, Cobblestone breaks through the natural, breaks through the Ultras. And Hatsu in trouble here. Yeah, GG gets called. Hatsu is the first to tap out. Patch is concerned. Yeah, Patch is like, hold on, something happened. Like what I will say about FFAs as well, if you're being attacked, if you're being killed, don't be afraid to call out, because if Hatsu was like, yo, Cobblestone's killing me, can someone like help or even punish Cobblestone, because Cobblestone's like getting out of hand, getting out of control. I've been ignoring it a little bit, but the chat has been very active, and you know, alliances, diplomacy, like you know, trying to convince people to even help you or attack other people is a part of FFA, and you know, don't be afraid to do so. As again, Magnath, he's dead. Like Magnath, he's about to be eliminated from the from the initial map. Likewise, Frogos as well. We can see Goblin. He's like, yo, I want to help. Goblin's like, yo, let me help. I want to kill this guy too. So Goblin comes in, takes down the bases, takes down the CCs. Point's about to become active. Patches comes in with the Ultra, and this is the power of the Mass Soldier. All he needs is the point, and he does get it. Patches does claim the point. Frogos, it will float to the corner of the map, but Frogos will not win this game, as he has 0 economy, 0 mining. And taking stock for a moment here, I believe Patches has 1 point. I believe Cobblestone has 1 point. Sorry, Magnath. Magnath has 1 point. I mean, Magnath is dead. So Patches so far has 1 point, the only one with a point. Yeah, so they're both just ganging up on Frogos' buildings. Let's go. I love that, by the way. I mean, Goblin is going to be threatening your boy Chris, so you have to be careful. Meanwhile, we do see Cobblestone picking a fight here with Patches. Oh, Brutal Storms on Ling Bane. Yeah, Ling Bane does just get annihilated. Ultras, they're being picked apart. Yeah, the Massive Modal, they just mow through the Ultras. Ultras do nothing to this army. And Cobblestone kills one Zerg and is going for the other. Yep, he's getting double teamed here by both Protoss players. 4v1. So Patches, he's going to be eliminated as well. Again, I do think that it was worth calling Cobblestone out earlier. Like, Cobblestone, he's been untouched, is what I will say. He's been untouched for most of this game. Yep, there we go. There we go. GG gets called. Patches will tap out. So we have our 2 Terrans still kicking. We have our 2 Protosses still kicking. 4 players left. 4 players left, as Patches, Hatsu, Magnath, and Frogos have been eliminated, or about to be. So we're down to 4. Down to 4. And fun fact, of the 4 people left, no one has gotten a point. Like, the only people that have gotten points are dying, or dead, which is Magnath and Patches. Oh, Cobblestone just knocking down more bases. Did decide to leave this expansion alone. It's true. So Patches still in this, still live. Has a lot of Ultras. Has no economy and no bases, but you know, the Ultras are there. Point about to become active. Patches is borrowed on the point. Bear that in mind. Patches does have 2 borrowed Lings. You can see here, Gunner ready to dive in. Cobblestone the same. Goblin, he's about to be surrounded. Thankfully, Goblin's main army is actually back at home. He's not really too concerned about the point. Looks like Goblin is more concerned about just maxing out. Goblin does pull away. And the points will go the way of, looks to be cobblestone. Say that. 2 more seconds. The Protoss armies do clash. Oh, Yorberg Chris coming in from behind. Oh, the storms! The storms, they shut down the buy. It looks like he does take down the Colossus, though. Colossus do fall. Cobblestone did win the point. But was it worth 1 point here for as Gunner comes out ahead? Comes out ahead with the army. Meanwhile, Patches, he still has a force to be reckoned with. Remember, he's not dead. He has no mining. He has no economy. That is true. But Patches does have an army. He's got mass ultra. Patches pleading with Goblin, leave me alone. This one drop of Marines is killing him. It's killing Patches. The Patches, he wants vengeance. He wants cobblestone. He's like, you almost killed me, but you made the mistake of leaving me alive. I will end you. I like this though. Does pull out. Does pull away. You know, we do have a Goblin coming in from behind, looking to try to pounce on Gunner. See if Goblin can go in. I have a really hard time reading Yorberg Chris. There we go. Frogger's just leave. It's like, what are you still doing in there? Yorberg Chris, he's like gray or black, like on the minimap. So I have a hard time seeing him, I'll be honest. He like blends into the terrain. He's like the same color as the tile set, like goddamn. But yeah, he's you know, he's still there. He's still getting into mech actually, out of bio. Meanwhile, we do see Gunner does defend the bases, does force Goblin out. Patches still redroning. Let's go. We're building up. We're getting there. Jesus, that's a lot of ultras. Here's a lot of ultras. Likewise, oh, he has. Where's the storm? No storm. Oh, no storm here. Late storms out of Cobblestone. Cobblestone not looking, not paying attention here. He gets caught asleep at the wheel. Yeah, he gets caught asleep. He gets completely pounced upon. And suddenly Cobblestone is in trouble. Suddenly Cobblestone, he's under threat of being eliminated. What does he have left? He has a handful of immortals. He has to race back home. He's still massing up more immortal. He will lose the expansion, lose the gold base. At the same time, they'll run by distracting Patches. Likewise, Cobblestone close to being surrounded. Points becoming active in 30 seconds. Cobblestone has a couple of zealots. High Templar down, not again. High Templar. High Templar get caught out. Once again, they all go down. 20 more seconds. Patches, he's busy here dealing with Cobblestone. Meanwhile, Gunner looking to move in. Gunner looking to claim that point. Actually, Gunner engaging with Goblin instead. 5 seconds. Yorberg Chris out of left field. He steps in, takes the point, steps out. Does step out. As you saw, invisible units, they don't really have priority. So if you have guardlings like this, if there are units on the ground above them, then these lings they get overruled. They do not count. So you cannot cheese by having a bird unit. Meanwhile, massive storms. Oh my god. The ultra's getting low. The ultra's getting very low here. And Patches, he cannot replace this. Gunner looking for Cobblestone. Meanwhile, Cobblestone is fighting for his life. Gunner's like, where are you? And Cobblestone's like, ah. Nuke here into the mineral line. Let's go. Is going for nuke. The ultras ain't break through. Patches, he does break through. Terran armies are facing off. Meanwhile, the nuke is going to go off. Doesn't pull away. Doesn't notice. Massive connection. Mineral line goes down. Cobblestone, he calls it. He's like, guys, I'm dead. As Patches, he was dead, by the way. He had no bases. He had no economy, but he had a dream. He had a dream. He had ultras, more importantly. Oh, now Cobblestone is calling him out. Gunner, attack Patches. Nuke about to above. We have Sky Toss on the way for Gunner. Cobble attacked me first. That's true. That's true. Cobble did attack first. Meanwhile, Terran army is going to be clashing. This is going to be Goblin and Yorberg Chris. So Goblin and Chris facing off. Points still a minute away. Another expansion going down. Nuke is cancelled. Nuke gets cancelled. Rebuilding more ultras. Likewise, we do see the Cobblestone is still technically in this game. He's got a couple of immortals. 1 more minute. 1 minute for that point. Gunner enjoying these 3 gold bases. Likewise, so is Chris. Cobblestone does have a lot of, has actually taken Hatsul's expansions, so even though Cobblestone did lose his army and did lose some expansions, the economy here for Cobblestone is still looking quite solid, so he can still recover in this game. There's still an option here for Cobblestone to recover, to actually be a factor. Ooh. As mine shots are going to be going up. 10 more seconds. Chris, he does siege up. Skyto's coming in. Massive storm on the point. 5 more seconds. He will weather the storm. He will claim the points. No, Gunner. Okay, never mind. Gunner does claim it. Gunner claims the point. Cobblestone again. He's yelling out to the people. And again, this is a part of FFA. He's like, guys, kill Patches. Meanwhile, Gunner, I mean, he's taking more bases as well. Patches trying to defend himself. He's like, hey, hey, hey. Which is also true. Cobblestone did almost kill him. Almost. Didn't finish the job. He's reaping what he sowed. Now, unfortunately here, fun fact, Patches he doesn't know. He doesn't know that these bases have been taken. He has no idea. Zealous, they do slip in, and more drones going to be going down. Patches, he needs some, at least Overlords here to scout to confirm. Cobblestone running away with an economy here. Likewise, so like Chris has been like, no one has touched Chris. I mean, I say no one's touched. I mean, I guess Goblin and Chris, they've been juking it out a little bit here. Have been engaging. Oh, truce. The Terrans, are they uniting? Yo, this is a pretty big deal. Like both Goblin and Chris they're maxed. They're both maxed out. Both Terrans. Do they focus on the Protoss? Gunner's also maxed out, by the way. The guys, I'm dead. Really, he's at 200 supply. He's dead copian. Like the biggest threats this game, the biggest contenders are, of course, Goblin as is being nuked. Sorry, Goblin is nuking Gunner. Goblin, Gunner, and Chris. Goblin, Gunner, and Chris, the 3 of them are maxed out. Patches is about to max. Oh, does notice this time. But Patches, he is also about to max out as well. He has been able to recover for the most part economically. He has still not scattered these bases. He is still allowing Cobblestone to mine from 3 fresh expansions. Not quite fresh, but expansions nonetheless. He doesn't know, Pap. He doesn't know. And you can see he's building up more Immortals, more High Templar. Before this map ends, we can definitely see Cobblestone killing Patches. It could happen. 30 more seconds. Players are lining up. They're ready for the dive. At top left, we have Chris coming with Mech. Bottom left, we have Bio from Goblin. We have our Ultras here from Patches, and we have the Skytoss, Groundtoss, max out army here from Gunner. 10 seconds. Yo, we gotta go. 5 seconds. They don't go for it. They don't go for it. And with that, Chris takes a point. 2 out of 3. Onomas, 1 more point and Chris will win. Oh, Nuke will not connect with the army. Like, right now, it's difficult to argue engaging. I understand why Gunner and Patches didn't, and the reasoning for it is they don't have a bank. They don't have a bank, so if they take a fight, if they trade, right now they're maxed, but they won't be able to remax. So it's a tough call to make. They chose not to engage. Patches still believes he's killing the fresh mining base of Cobblestone. Patches still does not know about top right, and they're about to mine out. Cobblestone is about to mine out top right. Eventually, Patches, he's going to want to expand here, and by the time he does, he's going to realize there's nothing there. There's nothing left. Just check. God damn it, Patches. Nuke on Chris. Patch is still not quite moving out. Nuke goes off. Goblin poking in. Does threaten to dive. Chris is keeping up. Yo, big shout to Railgun in the chat. Gah, Bappy God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time. And welcome one and all to the Circle Derping Platinum Heroes Edition. We have 8 players from the Platinum Heroes all duking it out in an FFA. This is still the first map, the first of 4. But welcome. Hope you all had a great time. As Nuke is going to be popping up. Trying to catch out Gunner. Out of our initial 8 players, we have 5 players left here. Those that are curious, we have Chris top left, Goblin bottom left. We have Gunner here, bottom center. We have Patches on the right, and we have Cobblestone top right. 3 players have already been eliminated. Chris is 1 point away from winning. When I say points, some people might be tuning in. Hold on, FFA point? What's going on? This is Beast of the Hill. In 30 seconds, this center point is going to be active, and whoever holds that point will, win a point, and first to 3 wins the match. So Chris needs uno más. Chris rocking on with his mech. He needs 1 more point to win. And we need to stop him, Pappy. You're going to be zoning Gunner away. Patches tempted to dive with the Ultras. 10 more seconds. Oh, the nuke! Oh no! Does he see? Oh my god, okay. The nuke will graze the army. Doesn't quite connect. Points in favor of the Zerg, in favor of Patches. 2 out of 3. No big fights. Chris, he just backed up. He gave up on the points. There was no clash. Patches does claim it. So far, Chris has 2, Patches has 2, Gunner has 1, Goblin has 0. God damn it, Goblin. Goblin's like, why is everyone fighting over the center? What's going on? Likewise, Cobblestone has been secretly mining through top right. More nukes being thrown down. But Cobblestone, he has top right. He has these bases mining. They're about to mine out. So far, Patches had no idea. Another nuke is denied. Ooh, as Chris, he does go for Goblin. Goblin, of course, is off racing. This is the Croatian Protoss player. Goblin is off racing as Terran. This Goblin, he's just non-stop nuking. Jesus. Meanwhile, when is Patches gonna figure out that these bases have been mined the entire time? They're unironically, they're mining out. Jesus. God. There's been a lot of conflict between Cobblestone and Patches this game. And they have been at each other's throats. And 100%, now he knows. Now he knows. Now he realizes Patches. He finds out. He's like, let me just take this space. Oh, there's nothing left. There's nothing here. The gases are mining out. The minerals are mining out. And yeah, now he realizes. Again, for the past like 10 minutes, you can see here almost mine out the natural. He does mine out the natural. It was worth it. He got everything. He stole Patches' money. He stole his money. Goblin is still just mass nuking. God was like, leave me alone. You're so oppressive. Nuke is popping off. 1 more minute and central location is going to be active. Oh. Catching everything on fire. Top right is still mining, by the way. 46 more seconds. Oh my god, Chris with the great, he's going for it. He's going for it. Great migration. He's going for the mass planetary. Can he get the planetaries up in time? He's trying to wall off the ultras. Patches going for a better angle. Ooh, CCs are being denied. 30 more seconds. Patches, can he break through this? Tanks they siege up. But Chris is he's gonna be surrounded. He's gonna be sandwiched here by the Protoss and the Zerg. Chris, he has to pull away. 20 more seconds. Gunner has control. Gunner, 10 more seconds. Patches is going for the dive. 5 seconds. Up. Oh my god. Oh, the storms are brutal in the Ling main. Storms are brutal. GG gets caught, and Patches, he will claim the point. Patches will win the first map. Whew, GG. Oh my god. GG, well played, Patches. He will take the win. Again, Cobblestone, he almost killed Patches, by the way. If you just tuned in from the raid, Cobblestone, he knocked Patches down to 2 bases. Patches, he had like, I want to say 15 workers. Like Patches, he barely had anything, and Cobblestone left him alone. He left him alive, and Patches did recover. And with that, Patches does take it. No. Here we go. Whew. So Patches, he will claim the first map, and we have 3 more. We have 3 more maps to come. We are remaking, and we're jumping in. Whew. Oh boy. GG. Just catching up in the chat. Hello, Fried Fish. Hello, Railgun. Again, thank you so much, Railgun. Thank you. Hope you had a great time. See Steel Mode, Setsuna as well. Also note that controlling the point outside point capturing earns minerals. Ah, there you go. Well, Patches, he was left alone. He was allowed to re-expand, allowed to recover. It was a rough road to recovery there for Patches, but I mean, he was able to do so. Oh, with the bar things. Oh, I think. True. There you go. Sorry, I was not fully aware of that. Oh, and apparently, okay, so our next map is going to be Castle Infestation Breach, and apparently there are neutral zombies that spawn periodically. Okay. They do spawn periodically. Hyper1 just letting us know the wave grows larger over time. Okay. So apparently, the zombie aggression on this map does increase over the course of the length of the game. Interesting. Here we go. But yeah, as you're saying, apparently, like standing on the point even before it's active gives resources, which I'm sure did help. Here we go. But the players are throwing around a lot of blame. They're like, yo, who was nuking like every 5 seconds? And Goblin's like, it wasn't me, guys. It wasn't me. Like, I'm innocent, Pappy. Oh, no. Everyone upset at Goblin for all the nukes. Okay, here we go, jumping in. Here we go, we have our players. We're good to go. But yeah, I'm curious how impactful the zombies are going to be. Like how much of a threat they really are. Are they just there just to be a nuisance? Or do they actually threaten bases? Will they threaten the players' armies? Like the strength of the zombies? I'm curious. I'm curious to see how they scale up over time as well. Let's find out. And here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Castle Infestation Beach. We have our green Terran player, the Polish Terran. We have Frogos. We have Frogos top left alongside Hatsu top left as well. So we have Frogos and Hatsu top left. Top right, we do have Gunner alongside Cobblestone. We have our two Protoss players right next to each other. Bottom right, we have Patches. We have Patches alongside Magnath. Oh, Magnath was very aggressive last time. Did get knocked out early on because of that aggression, but is bottom right. And bottom left, we have Goblin alongside Chris. Once again, the two Terrans are near each other. We have these slow zones in between the bases. That is to help deter any Oracle aggression or drop play as well. So we have these slow zones in between the bases. And once again, as a reminder, on a lot of these maps, players, they should have a free 4-base setup. We have the natural, we have the 3rd expansion, and we have the 4th base. And we potentially have a 5th in the center as the gold. So getting up to 4 bases is relatively easy here for all of our players. This is so that they're not fighting for a 4th base early on or a 5th base early on. They're able to freely expand, freely embrace their economies and max out, as opposed to Blizzard FFA maps, which are smaller. So we do see triple expand. Jesus, Patches, gasless triple expand. Oh my god. Very greedy build out of Patches. Likewise, standard openers here by Cobblestone, by Gunner as well. Both players expanding. Hatsu also double expanding before gas, before pool. Greed here from both Hatsu and Patches. Oh my god. Very greedy openers. Meanwhile, Frogos, oh, this is the danger. Whoever was next to Frogos would be in trouble. Now, for those that weren't here in game 1, for the start of game 1, Frogos, he became public enemy number 1 because he went 1 base 4x Mass Reaper, and he attacked and almost killed Goblin at the start of the game, and he attacked Chris as well. Both the other Terran players, Chris and Goblin, they bore the brunt of the 1 base, essentially all in from Frogos. And after they survived, they both ganged up on Frogos and killed him. But Hatsu's in danger. Remember, Hatsu went for a greedy build. Hatsu went 3 hatch before pool. Hatsu's not ready for aggression, and Reapers are coming in, and Frogos is looking to eliminate Hatsu. Again, Mass Reaper is coming. It's only 3 Vaxes this time, but it's going to be Mass Reaper. So Hatsu is in danger, is in trouble. And again, we saw this last time as well, where Frogos, he honestly almost killed Goblin. I think Goblin went down to like 5 SCVs. So we have Spores being morphed in to keep these drones alive. The Reapers, they do back off. So it looks like Frogos, he does allow Hatsu to continue. Apparently there are zombies. I haven't seen that yet. Actually, yeah, we do see Frogos. He does focus his attention on Chris. Okay, he's going for Chris. I mean, regardless of who Frogos would go for, they would most likely die. Frogos, he chose not to go for Hatsu. He chose to go for Chris, and Chris is dead. Like, that's just, yeah. Now, Chris can call for help and be like, guys, like, Frogos can someone deal with him, because he's just gonna kill me. And yeah, Frogos, he's just killing Chris. Chris, he has no mining, he has no economy, he has nothing here. Hatsu's able to at least recover. Yeah, and essentially we're just mass migrating out of here. Now, Chris can recover. This is true. Chris can recover, but he has to start from the beginning. He has to start from scratch, essentially. He's taking... This is like a pseudo island base, so he can freely mine from this base at least, and take this bottom right-hand base as well. Meanwhile, our Protoss players, Gunner and Magnath, once again, they actually... Gunner did kill Magnath last time. Point is going to be active in a minute. Reapers are revealed. And Chris, he's gonna be out of this game for the next couple of minutes. so Chris will be back eventually, but it'll be happening. Oh my god, okay. The zombies are here. Oh my god, jeez. Magnath got surrounded. Magnath, he just lost everything to the infestation. Zombies did shut him down. Meanwhile, Goblin going for a drop into Magnath's base. Magnath, he's in trouble here. Magnath is in trouble. This is brutal. Meanwhile, no one was in the point. No one does take the points. Point goes uncontested. Magnath is dying. Magnath is dying horribly here. Probes are falling. Goblin, he doesn't hold back. Unrelenting. Meanwhile, these zombies, they do fan out towards the expansions. Magnath down to 1 base economy, to the 1 mineral line. Still barely holding on. And everyone else has been freely chilling. I mean, we have Mass Spinecrawler here from Patches. Patches just droning, getting into... once again, the goal for Patches is to rush into Ultras. So Patches, his goal is to rush into Ultras. Hatsu should be doing the same, should be headed towards Ultra Tech. Meanwhile, we do have Gunner top right, going into a Gateway Robo composition. We have Frogos, who is trying to expand. Again, because Frogos was essentially 1 base all in earlier, his natural and his saturation is really bad, or I should say it's just really low. It's really low saturation, really low worker count. So likewise, Frogos isn't really in this. I mean, he has a bunch of Reapers, but when it comes to a main army and a main fight, he has a ways to go. Chris is still recovering, as we mentioned. Chris, he's in timeout for a little bit until he can, build up again. So Chris, he's in timeout. Meanwhile, we do have infestation bits on the way, so Hatsu is working towards Ultras. Another wave of zombies are moving out as well. Another wave of infested Terran. Magnath does survive. Magnath will lose the main, but is at least on that natural. So 1 base for Magnath. Goblin freely expanding. He's chill on 3 bases, getting to Bio Tank. Ooh, the infested Terran are becoming an issue here, and the hatchery is going to go down. Again, as a reminder, Hatsu is trying to rush into Hive Tech and trying to rush into Ultras, but did stumble in the early game because of the Reaper aggression. So because that, Hatsu is 1 step behind where Patches is already working on the Hive. The Hive is almost done, and Patches' goal here is Ultra Tech. So Patches, he's almost there. Meanwhile, 3rd CC on location for Fogos. Likewise, Cobblestone top right is also building up his own Robo Gateway composition, very similar to Gunner. Very similar composition to Gunner. 5 more seconds. More infested Terran spawning in. Oof. Gee, that's a lot. This is... Jesus. Here comes another wave. Goblin's still going for Magnath, by the way. Jesus. Calm down. Aggression continues. Magnath did survive on 1 base, but it doesn't really have much to contest against this many Marines. On top of that, remember, the infested Terran are also coming in. There are tanks back at home to defend. Well, Protoss armies about to clash. Cobblestone taking the center expansion. Goblin's still just going for the throat, still going for Magnath. Expansion is denied. Cobblestone and Gunner, they're touching tips here. Gunner has spotted the expansion, but hasn't moved out yet. There you go. Fogos going to be pushing. Meanwhile, Magnath, yeah, he's... Hi, Meanwhile, Goblin has his neighbor. True has Chris. Chris is still recovering. Goblin Gunner targeting every time. True. Smurge. Yeah, I mean, Magnath has been having a rough time, both in game 1 and game 2. I mean, what I will say though, if you remember, as the point is about to become active, oh my god! Cobblestone pushing in. Cobblestone will take the point. Yeah, just barely does claim it. Frogos unable to contest. Oh no! Frogos, he's stuck around too long. We'll lose everything. Infested Terran, they shoot up, they shoot down, they shut down the Medivacs. Oh, Frogos. Oh, Frogo. They do pose a threat, is what I will say. Colossus, they have their way with this. But if you remember, in game 1, Magnath did pick a fight with Gunner first. I will say that. Magnath was hyper-aggressive with Gunner. And they were just, yeah, locked in. They were in battle in game 1. Here in game 2, Goblin just has no chill. Speaking of having no chill, Goblin, leave Chris alone. Goblin going for Chris. Chris is like, Papi, I'm on 1 base. Right? Getting a natural. But Chris, he just wants to play some StarCraft. And there it is. Gunner now gets eyes on Cobblestone. Yeah, the Protoss army's about to clash. Cobblestone, he's asking for... He's like, Papi, leave me alone. Please. Let me take the gold. Oh, Gunner. Okay. Leave him alone. We have an alliance for now. Gunner and Cobblestone. They have a truce. Meanwhile, ultras still on the way here for Hatsul. Speaking of ultras, we should be seeing ultras from patches as well. What's going on? We're almost there. Patches is almost at those ultras. As Magnath is still on the one base, still barely in this game. We see Fogre once again going for Chris. Goblin as well. No, Chris! Yeah, Chris is just being double teamed at this point. Both Terran players going for Chris. Chris, he's going to be out of this. He almost recovered. He almost got back into this game. But Goblin, he has no soul. He just doesn't care. Just going for both Magnath and for Chris as well. Goblin's here to win, mate. He's here to win. And here they come. Here come the mass ultras from Patches. Again, Patches he's been building up for quite some time. Patch has been purely droning and making spine crawlers. And Cobblestone looks like he's giving up the gold. Like there was some contention going on here. I think that's what they're referring to. I mean, Cobblestone and Patches, they've yet to really engage with each other as well. They've just been staring each other down. There's a very tense truce going on between the Zerg and the Protoss here. At any moment, we can just kill these High Templar. Oh god, they're so close. They're so close to aggroing each other. Oh, does he notice? Up! Up! Oh my god. Storm's falling up. Oh my god, mass storm on the link. Okay, he stands in the storms. He stands in it. Patches does get the point. He gets a point. He gets the hell out of there. Cobblestone stuck fighting the zombies. He's stuck fighting. Patches, he pulls away. The ultras, they still survive. The Ling Bane did fall, but the ultras, they persevered. Likewise, Hatso's also still been recovering, taking more expenses, taking more drones, getting back into more ultras. Fogres also has been able to get a solid economy here on 3 bases, and it looks like it's going into mass BC. We have starports all the way. Yeah, fusion core as well is getting ready for a mass BC transition. Goblin comes in to wipe clean what little is left here of Magnath. Bit of a feels bad, man. Yeah, Magnath and Chris are for the most part out of this game. Chris is rebuilding his CC. Let's go. Chris rebuilding the command center. He's like, I'm not out of that. Yo, I didn't hear no bell. Yo, Chris, he's gonna come back. Magnath has been defeated. Chris on that redemption arc. Let's go from scratch once again. Gunner does encounter Hatsu as the ultras are amassing. Point is going to be active here in the next couple of moments. Oh yeah, Gunner going for Hatsu. Brutal storm here on the ultras. And yeah, the ultras are not quite there. The upgrades are lacking as well. It's going to be distracted by the wave of infestation. True. Point is still 1 minute away. There we go. 1 minute away. You can see the mass Lingbane Ultra building off of Patches. Ready for the dive. Oh, Goblin. Almost clashing with the main army. Patches and Goblin. Oh god! Almost run into each other. 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds. Bearing in mind, remember, BC production has begun here for Fogre, and he's still making more BCs. He's being left alone. 20 seconds. Ooh, looks like Goblin did take talent expansion. 15 seconds. Oh my god. Goblin cannot fight this head on. Goblin, he's gonna lose everything here. Yeah, tanks are going down. 10 more seconds. 5. And looks like Cobblestone will take the point. Cobblestone will take it. No contest. 2 out of 3. Goblin calling him out. He's like, Cobblestone has what we call an army. He does. He does have an army. Meanwhile, Gunner's busy killing Hatsu. Gunner's busy just breaking through Hatsu. Does force a tap out. Hatsu has been eliminated. First Magnath, then Hatsu. Chris is still in there, by the way. Chris, he's still floating buildings around. But Chris, he's like, wait. I still got this. Let's go. Fly away, Bobby. Fly away. Chris, he will not give up. Oh god, Chris will lose his final CC. Oh no. Fogers has his battle cruisers. We can see Gunner now taking more expansions. There's still a truce between the two Protoss players. I like Goblin's like, truce, Fogger? Fogger's like, why? What are you talking about? I'm here to cause chaos. Now, while I do agree that Cobblestone can 1v2 the Terrans, I do think that Patches can actually kill Cobblestone. I do think with a good surround, with a good engage, Patches can actually shut down this army. Both Protoss armies, I don't think so, but at least one. And remember, Cobblestone is 1 point away from winning. Cobblestone, he's on 2 points, 1 more point and Cobblestone will win. Colossus, they have their way with the zombies as they fan out. They have their way with them. Oh! Again, I'm still waiting for these two armies to clash. I feel like there's been opportunities, but there's just so many immortals now. Yeah. Like in a choke point like this, Patches cannot engage. I do want to emphasize that it has to be more or less a surround from multiple angles. Or maybe joining with another player. Because Cobblestone is so close to winning, we should see Gunner actually turn on Cobblestone soon. Yo, Goblin going for Cobblestone. Does cause a distraction. 30 seconds. Point to be at. Yo, Chris is still in this fight. Chris, he's still got a CC. He rebuilt. Let's go, Chris. He's got a base. 20 seconds. Goblin. Ooh, BCs and Goblin and Fogger. They both go for Cobblestone. They both go for the expansion. Ling Bing rolling in. And Mass Storms, they shut down the Banelings. We come in from force around, from force around. 2 more seconds. And there it is. GG Cobblestone. He will take the point. And Cobblestone will win map 2. GG. GG, well played. It took them far too long to turn on Cobblestone, so Cobblestone, easy 3 points in a row. Easy 3 points in a row. Whew. Cobblestone does win map number 2. Again, he just planted his feet there in the middle. He was losing bases. He was, that's true, he was losing his economy here to the Terrans, but didn't matter. Didn't matter, stood his ground. GG. GG, well played. I would argue that Gunner kind of handed that to Cobblestone. Remember, Gunner and Cobblestone, they did make a truce early on, and Gunner never attacked Cobblestone. So Cobblestone, he's like, okay, I guess I'll just take these points. I guess I'll just win? Question mark. Gunner had, I would say, maybe even a stronger army than Cobblestone, but Gunner, he never really engaged, and never took a point. As a result, never did win a point. Gunner, he was there to help Cobblestone. True. Here we go. Just catching up with the chat. Just catching up. Do zombies increase in strength? No, the waves just get bigger. Okay, there we go. Catching up in the chats. They always come in too late. Yeah. Again, like I feel like there was a missed opportunity for Gunner. But with that, we're halfway through. We're halfway through the broadcast. We just wrapped up two maps. Patches won the first FFA. We had Cobblestone win the second FFA, and we have 2 more. We have 2 more left. We're going to be going on a break. We're halfway through. We're going to be going on a short break for 5 minutes. Once we return, we will have the second half of the broadcast. We'll see who else is able to take some of these FFAs. We'll see you guys after the break. See you soon. See you soon, Pappy. See you soon.
Bye.